Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on the purchase of your Flagstaff Super Lite 26 FKBS. Front kitchen, beautiful travel trailer you guys have chosen by Flagstaff. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by arriving at the campsite. First thing I want you to notice is where your water and electricity hookups are, so you can park accordingly and make sure your power and water hose will both reach your connections. Both of yours are at the back of the unit. Power there, on your driver's side. All your water and cable hookups are on the back as well on your campsite. So park accordingly. Unhook your hitch. Our hitch man will show you how to do all that. First thing you want to do is level your unit. Now you do have a power tongue jack here with a docking light in case you should arrive at night. Speaking of docking lights, there's another one right here on the side of your unit. To light everything up while you're working here. Level your unit. It says down, it says up. Simply follow the instructions. Get your unit level. Now you can purchase little levels out of our store. Attach it to the side of your unit, about the middle. Highly recommended you know your unit's level. Should this ever not have power, you do have a hand crank that will manually override this. Speaking of power, when arriving, check your connections, make sure that your batteries still have a good connect. We've got our unit level. Shut off this docking light here. Next thing you want to do is stabilize the unit. Now remember, these are power stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. So all you simply do, extend or retract. Extend, run these down. Now, before this hits the ground, what I recommend is stabilizing pads. Put them pads on the ground. It's going to protect your stabilizing jacks from getting tar, dirt, etc. And it'll spread out the weight and allow it not to sink. Just bring them down until you're steady. Don't let the unit lift at all. And if it does, it's fine, but just you don't want it to lift at all. You're really just stabilizing this. So run down your front stabilizing jacks. One may run down in front of the other. Come to the rear of your unit and do the same thing. This is on your campsite. Extend, retract, bring down these stabilizing jacks. Again, just until you're stable. Now we've got our unit stable. We've got it level. Next thing we're going to do is hook up our water and electricity. As I said, everything's at the back of your unit. You have a turn and pull system here. So to unhook, untwist this handle, turn and pull. When hooking it back up, push and turn, and then connect your ring. Now you do have 30 amp here. Should you need to go down to 110, you do have a 110 amperage reducer. That'll bring your unit down to 110. It comes in your convenience pack. Got our power hooked up. Next thing we're going to want to hook up is our water. At this little docking station back here, you have a cable and satellite. Black tank flush, which we'll discuss when leaving. This is cable, this is satellite. antifreeze inlet we'll discuss later. Right now we're going to talk about our city water connect. First thing you want to do is hook up your water pressure regulator. This is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting your unit, protecting the lines inside. You don't know what the park has there set at. Hook up your city water connect. Don't turn on the hose yet. Next thing you're going to do is come to the campsite, front of your unit, and we're going to open up the hot water heater. First thing you want to do is make sure that you have your plug in. You may have removed this plug the last time you were camping to drain your hot water heater. Make sure you have it in. Come to the back of the unit. Turn on your water. City Water Connect, water is on. Once you think the tank is filled, sorry to keep walking you back and forth here. At the top of your hot water heater is a pressure release valve. You're going to release that. Air is going to come out of here and then some water. When the water comes out, you know that your tank is full and can be lit. On Flagstaff, uniquely, down here in the bottom, you have your on and off lighting element. So turn that on once this tank is full. Now, should you be going where you don't have a city water hookup, just to the right on your campsite is a potable water tank. Fill that potable water tank. Again, go down and check the hot water heater. Burp it by releasing the air and letting some water out. You know your tank is full. Don't leave this unattended. Overfilling your tanks may cause damage. So fill your tank up. When using this tank is when you potable water tank is when you want to use your water pump. You don't need your water pump if using your city water connect. Not necessary. We got our electricity hooked up. We got our power hooked up. Before going inside and talk about deploying the slides, we're going to show you a few things on the outside. There's a light here should you be docking at night. You have an outdoor shower. Again, your stabilizing jack power. A fresh water drain down here, draining your fresh water when leaving. This hole is for a manual override for your slide. There's a jack for that. Your back door, I have the steps up. On the outdoors, you do have cable, 110, and a TV mount should you want that out here. And you have your Suburban griddle. Real quick, I'm going to show you how to take this down and just reverse the process to put it up. So you do have two little cotter pins here. Pull your cotter pins. See this will fill? No, it won't. And then just slide this off. I'll leave it back on there. Just slide the grill off. This piece simply sets on top of this lip. Outdoor speakers, night light. This is access to the back of your fridge. Now you can put another grill up here. There's a lip for it, and an LP quick connect down here. This is the heat release from your furnace. Steer clear of that, that can get rather warm. Your hot water heater. And that is the vent for over top of your microwave. Your LED lighting and your awning. One thing I do want to mention about your awning, and I'll run it out to show you. You just want to run it out until you're set at 90 degrees on the flap. Your big storage area here. There's your hand crank for override on the slides, and this is your hand crank for override on the power tongue jack. Solar on the side. This is prep for solar. Should you decide to get a solar panel, lay it out, plug in there to charge your batteries. There's your batteries and your LP. Your LP does have a regulator. Simply point this toward the gas that you wish to be using. Lefty loosey for on. Open this one. Regulator over there, it's green, that means gas. When it turns red, you'll know that you need to change the gas. Off camp side, your docking lights, I showed you in the front. More storage in your slide. Slides will be in when you do the gray water tank. And your sewage hose and another gray water tank over here. And one last area for storage, which is where your grill will be. You have a bumper area for your sewage hose. A great tire cover, nothing worse than getting down the road and finding out your spare tire has dry rot, so that's good to keep a cover on it. Your unit is prepped with your Furion backup camera. You can purchase those from our store. And your ladder. Go up and check your seams, make sure nothing's cracking. Now let's go inside your unit. First thing I want to talk about are your steps. Step above steps are great, they're nice and solid. They're adjustable on the bottom should you be on uneven ground. Most important thing in this is to make sure your door is all the way open. It's a strut assisted. It's by itself right now. I can literally bring it up with one finger. Now I do recommend when you get about halfway, shake it, get all your dirt off it, bring it up into the door. It'll set nice and steady. Close your exterior door. Close your handle for travel. Again, simple process. Let's go inside your unit. First thing you notice in every unit, right by the door, is your fire extinguisher. There's a heat duct. To the right of your doorway, as soon as you come in, is a control panel. We'll go from top to bottom. This here is to check all of your tanks. Your gray tank, this shows your levels. All empty, black tanks, freshwater, battery. You go through and that'll show where your levels are at. Come over here, turn on your water heater. Now we have it turned on down there. If we're hooked up to electric, we fire it up here. If we're hooked up to gas, we turn it on here. Water pump, this is what you turn on when using potable water. And this is a tank heater. If this unit is supplied with a tank heater, this is where you turn it on. That'll be a heating pad that's on your fresh tanks. Here's your slide buttons. Simply in or out. Now one thing I'm going to bring this in for a moment and I want you to take note of something. As this slide goes back out and you hear that noise, don't panic, you're not breaking anything. It's just the slide resetting itself every time it goes out. Hold it for 2 seconds and you're done. So I'm going to extend this awning while I talk about a few other things on here. Interior lighting, porch lighting, awning lights, step light, and Wi-Fi boost. Now I'm bringing your awning out. Retract it a moment. I'm bringing your awning out. It's a little windy out here right now. So I want to bring it out until this flap drops down at 90 degrees. And you know you're at your level. Go past that, you're too far. And this will roll up rather quickly. Next to your control panel is your thermostat. Several zones to turn, 2 zones to turn on and off. System cool, heat, gas, different modes. Turn on the air conditioning. Bring the temperature down. It's not going to get too cool in here. There you go, 41. And your air cranked up. Now, little secret, turn your air on when you arrive. Open up your quick dumps. Because now what you're doing is you're cooling the cool air that's coming out. Once this is getting nice and cool in here, close these and that's going to force your air better through all of your other vents. Just inside doorway at your recliners, you have your smoke alarm. Let's go over to the kitchen. First thing we're going to talk about is your Dometic fridge. Open up your freezer and at the top, you're going to have controls for your fridge. turn it on. Right now it's on auto, which means it's running off electricity. As soon as you unplug the electricity, it goes to gas. As soon as you plug back in, it goes back to electricity. If you want it all gas, simply pull that and now you're on gas. Shut it off. Just your fridge. On your stove. This glass makes an excellent backsplash. Simply turn this to light, hit ignite, and you're lit up. Shut off. Same thing over here on your oven. You have a fan and a light, and self-explanatory microwave. Dual sinks with spray handle. Your owner's manual and everything's in the drawer here. You have a couple of USB ports and GFI protected 110 here. Come back over, and at the bottom of your fridge you have an access panel, touch and release for your fuses and your breaker box. Looks like you've got a bunch of 15s in there, or 30. I highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. There it is in front of your kitchen. All the way to the left over in the corner is a 12 volt carbon monoxide detector. Now this carbon monoxide detector is 12 volts, which means it's running off your battery at all times. Sorry, bad lighting down here. So if you're going to be gone for the day, use your battery disconnect, which is on your front tongue. I'll show you where that's at. Use your battery disconnect, or otherwise this will run your batteries down, and then it will ruin the carbon monoxide unit as well. Touch lighting throughout. One thing I do want to mention, in the bathroom, there's your lighting here. Do you have a vent with a hand crank and power here? Do you have another GFI protected 110 in the bathroom? Lights on your bedroom here. Take note in your bedroom. You do have a panel down here that has 3 hinges. Doesn't look like you can get in it. That's access for the water pump and fuel access, or filter, water pump and filter for maintenance. You do have a TV backer, cable or satellite hookup, and a 110 up there should you want to put a TV in here. Emergency exit window. AC prep sensor location. So this is already prepped should you ever want to add a second AC to this unit. Coming out of your bedroom. I think we've about covered everything on the inside. Let's go out and act like we're leaving. So one thing I want to note before we go outside, before you bring in your slides, make sure all your cabinets are closed. The last thing you want is that slide coming in and catching any of these cabinets. This end you're pretty good on. Just make sure your bedroom doors are closed. Bedroom and bathroom here. Then you can bring in that slide safely. First thing you want to do is bring up your leveling jacks. Just hit retract on those. We're going to hook up our hitch, head up front to the dump station. At the dump station in your convenience pack is a sewage hose. Hook this sewage hose up here, pull your black tank. After your black tank is ran for a few minutes, it sounds like it's empty. Leave your black tank handle pulled open, come to the rear of the unit and hook up their hose, or yours if you need to, and go to this black tank flush. Again, use your water pressure regulator and hook up to this black tank flush. What that's going to do is send a sprayer around your black tank, your sewage tank, and spray it out good for you. Let that run for about 5 minutes. We're in no hurry. Once that's done, shut your water off, Go back around. Close your black handle. And pull your gray handle. After you pull this gray handle, that's going to clean out your sewage hose a little better. You do have another gray tank at the front of the unit. Hook up your sewage hose here. Pull that gray tank. Once your sewage hose is nice and cleaned out, put it into storage safely. Best place for it. Pinch and pull. Store your sewage hose in here. I'd like to thank you guys for choosing TradeWinds. You've picked a beautiful unit. Hope you enjoy it for many years to come. Happy camping.